Hey, what's up? What's up, ladies and gents? How y'all doing? What's up, guys? This is your boy D. I'm back. I'm back this week. Guys, we got a new show for you. And so we're asking a question. I'm just gonna jump right into it. We got a guest on the line, Miss Shayna. I won't give her last name. So no creeps out there won't try to contact her. However, we got a new show. Can you win the race? That's the question. Can you win the race? Can you win the race to retirement by yourself alone? This is a question that I asked on my Facebook, and I got a lot of responses and a lot of retention on that said question. So, guys, welcome to Black Knights Talk Podcast, where we love facts and feelings are considered. This is brought to you by Influencer Studios, and man, we love these guys here. So we're going to do our thing today. Um, so we're going to go into it. We're going to talk about this particular subject because I hear a lot of ladies and men have complaints from both sides, and both complaints on both sides are both valid. But we want to come from a standpoint where we're able to talk without fighting each other. We want to be able to have a conversation and understand each other instead of just replying for blow for blow. So here on the line tonight we got Shana. Shana, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, what's up, Shana?
Hey, how's it going?
So, Shana, you were on my Facebook earlier today,
Yes.
and I did a post. Can you recite that post to me? I'm not near my
Okay,
phone.
so the question on the post was, do women ever get tired and say, I want a man to lead? I'm sick of being the head. Let me shut up and listen. Let me follow his lead. I need his direction.
All right, cool. All right, so Shana, let me ask you this question. To that whole post, um, what do you think? Do you need or do you want a man to lead? Do you want a man in your corner?
Yes, at the age that I am now, which is 36, I do because I'm tired. Um, is I have done the best that I can do. So I feel like, sure, why not? You know, nobody wants to be alone, and people need companionship. So most definitely, yes.
Hey, I'm with you on that.
I am, the single mother that, you know, works, and yes, I do it all. But just because I do it all, don't mean that I should or that I want to.
So let me ask you this question. If you had a man, what does a man bring to your life that benefits you as a woman?
Um, I just say this: in a relationship, whether you're with a man or a woman, that person should benefit you in a sense of at least taking something off of your shoulders.
Okay.
Um, if you still have to continue to do it all, there's no reason to have that person, whoever that person is, whether it's a man, woman, cat, dog. Like, I mean, you're in a relationship to benefit one another, or at least you should be.
Right. Hey, and I want to ask you this question just to what you just said.
Okay.
I heard a young lady say, she said, hey, if a man, takes care of X, Y, Z, and he's a traditional man where he takes care of 100% of everything. Um, I want to give some pushback on that from the guy side because I said, hey, if I'm a man and I'm doing 100% of everything and I'm doing it all by myself, and then I meet you, and let's just be honest today in America, most women 30 plus have children, right? If you're
Right.
in that age range, anywhere from 26 on to 35, in that age range, they have children already. So I asked her, I wanted to ask the question, um, if you have children already, um, if a man has to do 100% for you and 100% for himself and for your said children, how does that benefit him?
In the long run, in a sense, it doesn't, because he really doesn't. I mean, unless she allows him to be the actual factual head of the household, and also be a person that can instill and discipline
And
the
and and
children,
that's what I'm saying is that
then
he's the head of
then
household.
he
He's doing it all.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then he really doesn't benefit from it
No.
because what do you get out of raising somebody else's children? They're not obligated to
Yeah, because I actually had an argument with a young lady one night, and she was telling me, there is a benefit. He gets love from those said children, and they show him appreciation. But I'm like, have you ever checked
you.
out
He can love
Father's
himself.
Day? Huh?
He can love himself.
I know that, and, and I asked her the
I
question:
mean, I am not being funny, but
have you ever checked out Father's Day? Father's Day is the loneliest day forever, ever for men. Men would rather celebrate St. Patrick's Day than Father's Day because there's no benefits. If you go on Father's Day, what do they have? They buy you tools. They look for a barbecue set, and all these things
things
are
that
asked.
benefit them,
Yes,
they're
is
not for you.
yes, they
Right,
are not for men, and men are like, yeah, those are the lamest fucking gifts ever. Barbecuing means we have to do the cooking. Tools mean we
right,
have to do the fixing. So there's no real celebration of a father. And so I asked the
right,
young lady, I said, what benefit does he get from raising another man's lineage? He's investing into another man's lineage. And those same said kids can grow up and say, fuck you, you're not my dad.
pretty much.
And so I tend to tell young ladies that that's not a benefit for men to date a woman with kids. That's not a benefit. So you have to have a little bit more to bring to the table as a single mother with children, and even on both sides. Even if a man has
Right,
three,
right.
four, five kids, yeah, you might be a provider, but your other kids are taken away from the mouths that you may have if
Are
you have said
in the
children.
household.
Yeah, if you have children
Hmm.
with that young lady and you get married and y'all want kids of your own, then you still have to split with your other children with that child. And you're still in a full relationship with that woman. So she'll feel cheated and men will feel cheated the same way.
Right,
However, I would say this that in most cases, I'm not saying all, most cases,
right.
men typically do not put that type of pressure on women when it comes to their own children. Now, I I don't know if have you ever experienced that any differently,
Experienced what? As
where
far
you had to
as
take care of that gentleman's children?
um, no, I haven't been put in a situation like that.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't see that it would be a hard thing. I have been in a situation where have dated a guy or whatnot, and he had children. You know what I'm saying? But I never, what I'm saying, we never really got to that point. So what I would do, it would be things like, okay, I have a daughter, and his daughter was a little bit younger than mine. So
Okay.
when my daughter grew out of her clothes, I say, hey, I'm gonna go through her clothes, and then you take this to such and such. You know what I'm saying? I did
Right.
things like that. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Hey, you might not have it, but you need to send a little child support. Where here go dot dot dot. You know what I'm saying? Because if I expect you to look at my children as your children, I have to do the same.
Right, right, right. And
And you
I asked
can't
you
be
this
over here taking
question.
care of my children and not taking care of your own, because then I'm gonna look at you sideways.
Yeah, because I don't see it very often that men are looking for women to take on their children, or not so take on, but take care of their children.
Right,
Because me as a
right.
leader, as a man myself, I would not look at it as, yo, when I meet a woman, I want you to take care of my kids and do for them what their mother should do for them. Mostly for
Well, I
me,
mean, I have met a couple of guys who, were married and their spouse have, passed on and stuff like that. And so, they are looking to be married and,
yeah,
somebody that can help raise their children. I mean, I've had that,
yeah, yeah. And all I'm
however, we
saying
never
is,
made it that far, but it happens.
yeah, and all I'm saying is that's not the majority of men
Right.
in that situation. That's the minority. But when the roles are reversed, the majority when it comes to the women is you have to, as a man, if you're going to date said mother, you have to be prepared to take on the children along also.
This is true. But as a mother, knowing that these children are not yours, I'm still going to take care of my kids. They're your kids too, but they came up out of me.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put that whole responsibility on you because that didn't have nothing to do with you. My children are my children.
So
But
Shayna, let me
as
ask you this.
the head of a household, yeah, you got all the reins, you got all the reins with the kids, the whole nine. But I'm not gonna just set that in your lap like they here, you better take care of. I don't know. I'm built a little different than that.
So let me ask you this question. What do you say to women who say that, no, I don't believe that. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it 100%. He's got to take care of me 100% and my kids 100%.
I'm I I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that kind of thing either. And it's cool for a man to take care of all of that stuff, but you still have to have something about yourself. You cannot let what a man put on your plate be the only thing you have to eat.
Yeah.
I feel like you can contribute, and he can also still be the head of the household. Like I mean, us women, we lead with emotion, and the world is just not like that. The world is logical, it's actual, and it's factual, and you have to have somebody in your corner that is logical.
Yeah. I mean, then that goes back to my original conversation. Can you win by yourself? And I see a lot of young ladies saying, oh, I don't need a man. I'll worry about him when I get to 35, 40 plus years old. And they're at 25, 26 years old. And I'm like, yo, you're about to hit the brick wall. Okay.
Right,
Because at 40 years old, ain't nobody checking for you like that. Ain't
right,
nobody looking to start no family with you no more because men typically uh, get married to have a family, not to
right.
start a ready made. And so I think a lot of young ladies conflate the two. They think because I already have the kids, then we already got a family and he's got kids. No, even when a man has kids, if he gets with a woman, and this is most of the time, if he gets with a woman, he's looking to start a relationship with her and possibly, not all cases, but possibly start a family with her also and
And that
bloom
makes
from that.
perfect sense. I mean, because that would be like a woman not having any children getting with a man that does have children. You're gonna want something that you built and you want your own.
Yeah, you want something that represents the both of you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You want that. I mean, I'm here, I'm paying all the bills, I'm this, that, and the third, but it's still something missing. There's something in here that ain't mine.
Yeah, because I've been in conversations where I've heard single mothers who say, "I want to get married, but I don't want any more children." And a lot of the gentlemen that they meet want children. I'm like, "Ma'am, um, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You're probably
No,
never
it
going
don't.
to get married if you think that that's the rule you can set because most men in their 40s, if they have no children or if they have one or two, they still want another child between you and him.
That's the end all be all.
Yeah.
The last Mohican.
It's a connection of saying this is our
Yeah.
house, this is our lineage, this is what's set in stone. And I don't I think a lot of young ladies at certain ages are misinformed and miseducated when it comes to getting in relationships and having multiple children. And I tell guys, and I know some ladies hate me when I say this, but I tell guys all the time, um, dating a single mother to me as a man, it's not a prize. It's a liability. The reason I say that is because you think about um, little girls. I remember reading a case where this little girl got mad at her stepfather because he punished her, and she went to her mother and told her mother that he touched her in the wrong place. And the mother immediately went off on him, told him, hey, this relationship's over, just to find out 3 months later that the young lady, the child was lying because she didn't like being disciplined by him. And
Well,
she tried to
okay.
get him back,
I
but he didn't want to go back.
Right. But see, the thing is when it comes to that, there has to be a realization that women marry who they can and men marry who they want
Can you say that again, ma'am? I'm gonna need you to say that again, because hey, boy, I get shot up if I say that. I
I'm gonna have to look out. I'm gonna have to look out my window after that one.
hey, look, I'm just telling you, look, I'll get shot up if I say that, because every time I make that statement that, hey, ladies, if you're in your 40s, you don't have the choices that men in their 40s have. Men in their 40s can date younger women. You can't get younger men to marry you. There's a big difference. And I tell them, yeah, you can get younger men to sleep with you, but having a full on relationship until the end of your life, no, it doesn't work that way, because pretty soon you're going
And
to
if
have
it does,
resentment.
it's far and in between.
Well, you're going to have resentment because he's not the leader. He's not the alpha male. He's not the full package that you want. Yeah, sure, he's great in bed because he's young. He's got that energy. But at the end of the day, he's not a full grown man. It's like buying a Twinkie with no filling.
Right.
So,
So I mean, when you say, the liabilities of such, I mean, and I completely agree. Because it is what it is. But then it also that right there is why you get those households where, saying the men don't really uh discipline. Is a situation where some of them feel like they can't, or some of the women won't let them.
yeah,
But
I
my
heard.
question is how do you allow for a man to be the head of the household, pay all the bills, and you go out and work and this, that, and the third, and
And
he
then
don't
you
have a voice
cripple
in
him.
his own house?
Right,
Where
you
they do
cripple
that
him.
at?
You tell him, I'm a cripple you because I need this amount of control. I had a young lady tell me, my kids are perfect. No man can discipline them. And I was
Oh
like,
hell.
I'm gone. Fuck this. I'm not dealing
I
with that.
mean, come on now. Let's
Because
let's
your
let's call a
ideal of
spade a spade.
perfect,
Anything I got to feed gonna mind me.
I know that's
Let's
real.
call a spade a spade. Anything I feed don't mind me. I'm talking about down to the damn cats and dogs.
I know that's real. Yeah, and that's how I deal with anything. Anything I had to work hard for, yeah, you're gonna do exactly what I asked you to do, because I'm not gonna fight with you. And not only that, I don't think a lot of young ladies understand when you do that, all you do is create disrespect for that man, because your kids follow you. You're the leader. And so the moment that you create a situation where he can't touch them, he can't discipline them, he can't put them in their place, they're going to feel like, yo, I could say damn near anything and my mama won't let him touch me. All that's
Yep.
going to do is cause dissension with
And
that
mama
man.
ain't gonna do nothing but
Yeah.
fight with him.
Yeah. And it's going to cause dissension with him. And he's going to like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out. You can keep you and your
Exactly.
tribe. I don't want your tribe. And so this is why I tell men, and not to shame women that have children. This is not about that. It's
Right.
letting women understand, know, to to let them know the what I was say earlier. Um that it's not feasible for a man to go through that and waste his time and try
But
to
then,
to
okay.
build.
So the way I see that is, okay, you're dating a man that you don't want to say nothing to your kids.
Right.
Well, that say a whole lot about what the hell you pick. Because
Mm.
if you got to be worried about what this man saying to your kids, he don't need to be around your kids. No way.
Where my church organ at? I ain't got no church organ. I wish I had one right now. I sure play it.
So let's call a spade a spade. If you got to worry about him flying off the handle and saying something disrespectful to your daughter, or beating the hell out of your son, or something like that when it ain't warranted, then that reflects on you,
Look,
because
I
that's
think
what you picked to be around your kids.
we had a conversation the other day when I said that women suck at picking dudes.
Right.
They pick the
Because they
wrong
pick
guys.
based off of potential, not what they see.
No, they yeah, right. They pick based off the
Oh, well, he could be
possibilities.
a such and such, and he can be a so and
It's
so, and he could be
possible.
great at this, and he could be great at that. But what the hell is he actually doing?
It's possible, but is it probable?
Exactly.
And that's the way I think. I think about probabilities. Like, is it probable that this will work out? And if I see that it only works out 1% of the time, it's not a good bet for me. I can't make no money off of 1%. I need at least 48%. I have a chance at
But what's the what's
48%.
the what's the law of probability? What how does that saying go?
Oh, don't give me the line right
If
now.
and when the chance of things go wrong, it will.
Yeah. And this and that I'm glad you said that, because that is what I think a lot of women don't take into account, is that shit goes wrong. No matter how much you fucking plan it out, no matter how much you think it should go this way because you feel it should go this way, shit happens. And once shit happens, it's how you deal with it. And I think a lot of women, because they deal on emotion, when shit does happen, they're shocked. And I'm like, how men are more like, how the fuck are you shocked? I said this shit could happen. And you wanted to bet the house on it.
Mhm.
So I don't bet the house on it. And so the reason I asked the question, can women win? Can women and men win the race alone? You got to go into retirement, right? Do you plan on retiring by the age of 65?
I hope so.
Okay. And so even if I forgot all the numbers, so I didn't bring them with me tonight because I had to change
Okay.
some information here. But even if you save $200 every paychecks from the age of 25, you still would not amount up to $1 million.
Right.
Okay. And you need I think they said $2.5 million to last from age 65 to age 85.
Mhm.
And I understand now why our grandparents didn't leave and why they were kids, that we learned about when granddaddy died, was because grandma and grandpa knew that they needed each other's resources. And
Right.
who better to deal with than the person that you already know? It's like an old man told me,
Right.
I don't fuck with new devils because I know my old devils. If I got to fuck with new devils, I got to
Mhm.
figure them out. And so I
Mhm.
asked
Mhm.
ladies, if you got a man that works, that takes care of everything, and yeah, sorry, he's not a perfect fucking human being. And I think that some women are looking for the perfect fucking man. Guess what, ladies? It ain't man. Okay.
Well,
What?
see, the thing is that right there goes to that, what is that 80/20 rule type situation.
Yeah.
Nobody is ever going to be 100% of what you want.
But
You
modern
know what I'm
day
saying?
women
So
want 100%.
there's gonna be some bullshit in there somewhere.
Yeah. Always.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there's gonna be some bullshit in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Even
He
with
might
men
be
looking at women, because I have to tell guys, I know y'all love the way women smell, they look, they sexy and all this, but they're human. They do
yep,
fuck shit too.
yep,
And if you're stupid enough to believe that she won't fuck me over, she would never, you're a dumbass.
right.
And so this is what I I I constantly go against the grain with some women, not all women, but some women, because some women like to portray the narrative as if women are not wrong at anything they do. They are damsels in distress. Uh, we are just picking on them. And I'm like, no, nigga, y'all niggas too.
Yeah,
Y'all do fuck shit. Y'all cheat too.
yeah.
Niggas is not the only ones that cheat. When they did a
This is
study, they
true.
found out women cheat just as
Well,
much as
see, well,
men.
the thing is we cheat just as much as y'all should do, but most of the time, like, we cheat with like replacements. Like, we don't cheat with somebody just to be cheating like that, and that's usually like the messed up thing. Like, most of the time that I've seen, when men cheat, it's just a piece of ass.
Yeah, because
When women
men, when we
cheat, they
fuck,
got
it's just
emotions
like
and
us going to take
everything
a
else.
piss.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but with women, you know what I'm saying? We cheating and we done fell in love and we over here cooking and cleaning and this, that, and the third, and y'all done wham bammed you.
And,
You know,
and
wham
side
bammed you
note
one.
for you,
I
Shayna,
mean,
when women cheat,
huh?
y'all cheat instantly and you don't even know it. When women cheat, they give attention away that's not supposed to be given away. And this is what a lot of young ladies don't understand. The reason why men cheat on
That's
women
true.
is because women will keep a backup nigga and act like niggas don't know that you got a backup nigga. This is why I made a post on Facebook one day. I said, ladies, if you could have a great marriage, would you get rid of your social media? And a lot of them was like, fuck no, he's insecure. And I'm like, no, because a lot of you
Man,
want to keep that
I'm
attention
gonna tell you now. I don't give a damn about no Facebook. If it means my house is happy, fuck some Facebook.
or
If you don't
Instagram
know
or
me outside, if you don't know me and you can't pick up the phone and call me, the hell with you.
right. And this is what I was thinking in my mind. They did a study they got 100 men and 100 women, and they asked the 100 men and 100 women the same question. They said, hey, men and women, would you settle for a man or a woman that got 80% of everything you wanted? And 98% of the men said, yes, I would settle. 95% of the women said no. And it was due to the word settle. They said they were not comfortable settling. And I'm like,
I mean, the
lady,
thing is we're all settling for something.
yes,
The person might not be as tall as you like. The person might not be as fit as you like. The person might not
right.
be as, you know what I'm saying, cute as you like. We all settling for something. We
Yeah, because
all
I'm
settling
like,
for
if
something.
you don't settle, it's just like if you go to court, right? You're trying to win a lawsuit.
Dude, breath might stink. Like, what the fuck?
If
Come
you,
on.
if hey, I've known some pretty women who breath stank like nobody's business. I'm like, God damn, you need a Tic Tac with a battery. But
Like,
I still accepted certain people just for who they are. And just because I know that we're all human, we're all flawed. And I think that social media, TV has caused women to believe this unbelievable lie that you can find perfect. And that's not, it doesn't exist. Sorry, ladies, it doesn't exist. I'm trying to help.
now the thing is no, there is no perfect, but there is a perfect for me.
Yeah. It's what you're
You know what I'm
willing
saying?
to settle
Yeah,
for, what you're willing to go
exactly.
through. Is that person worth it? And so I ask ladies all the time, yo, what are you willing to go through? Because I feel like, and this is just my own personal opinion, I feel like a lot of women don't want to go through shit. And I'm like, excuse me, sweetheart, you're gonna have to go through something with anybody you fuck with.
Yep.
Because there's nobody that's that goddamn perfect. There's nobody that's not going to have an argument with you, not going to tell you about yourself. You're wanting to go through a relationship with no fucking problems. And here it
Bruh, they
is.
want Job out the Bible.
Yeah,
They want Job out the Bible, and even Job was tested.
right. And I'm like, nigga, you got to
Even
put up
Jesus
with
got
something.
mad and flipped the table over. Jesus got mad and flipped the table over. So what y'all
Yeah. And so I'm asking the ladies, yo, like, so you want to go through a relationship with no fucking problems because you had problems
It
with the
ain't gonna
previous
happen.
niggas? Good luck.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna
That
happen.
perfect Negro or that perfect man that you keep trying to find and keep trying to build. Look, I am not a building nigga, bitch. Stop it. I'm not that building nigga. You cannot build me. I am who I am. You either accept me for who I am or push the fuck on, because no man or woman wants to be built into something that they're not. Now, it's okay to customize a man or a
Right.
woman to your liking. Now, when I say I said that one time and the women was going on my head. Customize, I feel like you try to compare us to a car. Yeah, when I buy a fucking car, if I want, leather seats, that's customization. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
If I want that new stereo package or that sports package, that's customization. If I want a woman
Mm-hmm. That ain't
that
the standard package.
right, if I want a woman that looks a certain grade, then that's customization. So you do customize your partner. I don't give a damn if a woman wants a man. You don't go for Grady the fucking bum
Right.
because I hear, well, I don't care about money or finances. I care about love. Bullshit.
Hey, you can't take that love down to hustle utility.
I know the fuck you right. You can't take that love to no fucking real estate company and say, hey, can I live in your house for 12 months rent free? They're gonna tell you take that love and stick it up your ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, do you think most women want to go to retirement without a man?
No,
Because I hear women all the
I
time say,
don't think
"I can do it on my own."
so. I mean, and again, just because you can do something, don't mean that you should.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Because I
I
think it's
can pick up a
retarded.
pen and a piece of paper and say that I'm an artist, but does that make it true?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, just because Sally Mae around the corner can slap some fingernails on your hand does not mean that she should.
And can I say this, ladies, please, okay, look at me in my eyes on the camera here. Ladies, stop asking your single fucking friends about man issues and you didn't ask a man. Ask a fucking man. Do not ask your single bitter bitch friend about men issues. Stop it. That motherfucker mad. She don't want to see you happy. She want to see you where she at so she can deal with you in the same area. If you find a man that's good, she's not going to be your fucking friend no more. She's going to be your hater, or she's going to be the one trying to make your friend, your man, poke her. Just
I
saying.
swear.
Ladies are not your friends. They don't think for the whole group of women, they think for themselves. And women are particularly selfish when it comes down to it. They don't give a shit about the other bitch. They're like, fuck that bitch. Go to a club, right? All right, Shani, if you went to a club with all your friends, right, and it costs
Hmm.
$1,000 to get in that club, and
Hmm.
the bouncer walks up to you and says, "You're cute. Come on, you can go in VIP for free." Are you going to be
Hmm.
like, "No, my friends are not coming, so I'm not coming"?
um,
Keep it
well, that kind of
100 now.
depends on
Keep it 100.
that kind of depends on the circumstance.
Now
But
this
with the
I
girl,
told you it costs $1,000. So this ain't no
yeah,
regular
but see
pushover
that.
club. And
See,
mind
that's
you,
a
he
hard one.
said you
That
can go
depends.
into the VIP.
He didn't say they
Everybody,
couldn't get in the club.
he didn't say they couldn't get in the club. He said you
Right.
by yourself can go in the club. They got to still stand out there and wait because they ain't as attractive. Right. You ain't got to answer that shit. I know the fucking answer. Most women be like, bye, bitch. See you later. I'll call you tomorrow. I'll let you know how it was.
No, no. With me, my noises lie a little bit different than that. So it depends on who it is.
I mean, I can understand that, but I'm saying in most situations, you catch women that are in their 20s, 23 to 25, or 19 to 25, and they're in that situation where they get to go to a VIP
Oh
area.
yeah, you left.
Yeah,
You
they
left.
they don't give a fuck about no women's issues or no we girlfriends, none of that shit. They dip it on your ass because they know they got pretty privilege. And
Nah, I don't know, cause see, at the age I'm at now, it was I. We rolling this car together. We get your ass in this car. We going
yeah, because y'all got kids to go home to. Shit, at 23, you ain't. Shit, bad
right,
bitch. I'm gonna be
right.
sucking this nigga dick tonight. He got a Ferrari. And I'm trying to get a part of that. I'm just saying though, I'm keeping 100. We've seen all the YouTube videos where they got the
Oh
gold
yeah,
diggers that tell the dude no until he shows the car, and then it's like, well, I think I can hang out with you. It wouldn't hurt. But just a minute ago, you just told this nigga fuck off. You got a
right,
boyfriend
right. Like
now.
2 steps ago.
Yeah, just like 5 seconds ago. Then now you see this car. It's like, well, I'll suck your dick on the weekend. It's okay. Not gonna hurt. I'll brush my teeth before I kiss my boyfriend. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? But it shows that hypergamy exists with women, meaning they date up. Y'all get that low motherfucker, y'all like, oh, fuck them low niggas. I want a high class value man. And only thing I ask the young ladies is if you want a high value man, are you a woman worth keeping a high value man? Can you do the job? Are you qualified for a high value man? Shana, we still there? Did we
I'm
get
here. Um.
you?
So, um, on that aspect, like it's only when you really really look at who makes what.
Hmm.
It's only so many women that are on the caliber of, you know what I'm saying, men. So there is a point where a woman has to look at herself and say, okay, I want this, but do I actually deserve this, or am I not necessarily
Am I even
deserve
in
this,
that
but am
league?
I of that? Am I of that caliber? Am I in that lane?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That type situation, because you have, you know, the situations like, okay, the situation like Dr. Dre's going through. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you have
Shit.
those kind of situations where a woman was just a regular, average, everyday, you know, Tiger Woods' wife. She was what, a nanny or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You have women that were just everyday, average people, and then they date up, date up, date up, date up, and then it's like, oh well, I deserve this, that, and the third, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, you know, like, okay, but could you afford to take yourself on that date
Right. I mean,
that you
even
expect?
I'm looking at Tiger Woods and Dr. Dre. Here's the deal. I tell a lot of ladies, this is why men aren't trying to get married anymore. They keep seeing cases like this where a man has made all his revenue, his profits, and the only thing they're saying is because you signed a piece of paper, that woman owns half. And I'm like, shit, I don't even think I want to get married anymore. Not for a motherfucker to
Right,
take half of something I built. No. And it's made it, divorce is so popular because of that half shit that men are saying fuck marriage because the laws that are in marriage benefit women. They do not benefit men. Even when it comes to men having their own children, it does not benefit men. And so I'm asking ladies, do y'all really want to keep going down this path where um, one side is benefit more? But what's happening is you can see Dre's. Oh, look at there. Dre's wife's monthly expenses: $135,000 for clothes, laundry and cleaning, $10,000, telephone, cell phone, and email, $20,000, entertainment, $900,000. Now, who the fuck needs that type of money? Yeah, you see, you laugh and see that's the benefit laugh. That's I
no,
can get that
like
goddamn rich.
that is ridiculous laugh. Like, I mean, I guess in a sense, yeah, I got a root for anybody that's able to get some shit like that. But like, no, who needs that? Like, I don't think I've made that kind of money in my lifetime,
Yeah.
and I consider myself all right.
But the fact that you now see today, even on Instagram, you have younger ladies in their 20s telling other young ladies or in their 30s telling just go for the money. Get him for everything you can get him for. And so this is why I'm telling young ladies, like, look, this is why relationships fucked up because you got a group of women telling other women to rob a guy. You know what I'm saying? Basically, get him for all you can. And here it is. I see the Me Too movement, and they talking about Bill Cosby, but I'm like, did y'all see those ugly chicks? Nobody saw
Right,
those ugly chicks, right? Nobody paid
right,
attention. Um, this is about money. This ain't got nothing to do about no bullshit that he did anything that was. Everybody did drugs back then. Everybody gave out Quaaludes back then. So let's stop playing. Let's stop playing that fucking stupid ass game of the victimhood shit
right,
where these motherfuckers didn't know that they were taking fucking Quaaludes. Y'all knew what the fuck you was
right. So
taking.
did you see the interviews that what is that guy's name? Malcolm Lamont Hill had with
Judge
what was
Joe
that
Brown?
Joe Mathis? Judge
Judge,
Brown, yeah.
yeah, yes, I
Yeah.
saw that. And Joe Brown lit
Yeah.
his ass up.
He really did. And I was in agreement with Joe Brown. Like, who it like, okay, you're going to the club to get drinks. You're going
Yeah.
to the club to drink. You're going to the weed man's house to get the weed to go home and screw. Like, and okay, so
And
you
who didn't
got
get
drunk.
high
That
and
was your
fuck?
intention. Yes, your intention was to get high and get fucked, and now you're mad
Right.
because you got high and got fucked. Like,
Because
I don't get it.
because Bill Cosby
Like,
gave
so
her
that,
that Jello pudding
but
pop.
there has to be a balance somewhere. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, what's too high and too fucked up? And I mean, of course, a motherfucker passed out. Of course, nah, you leave them be.
But
They,
40
you
years
know,
later, though,
but yeah, but 40 years later, yeah, come on.
Come on, man. You got that pudding pop. You like
And
that
he
pudding
could have
pop
slept
when
with
you
any,
got it.
and he could have had anybody that he really wanted to. I mean, he ain't
Yeah.
all that
It was
attractive, but he
fucking
had plenty of
Bill.
money. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it 100 done. He had to have them he-man looking ass women.
Man, you got to realize Bill Cosby was doing Ghost Dad, all these movies in the 80s that were popular. And he had the Cosby Show and Different World. Bill Cosby was like the Bill Gates of TV back then. He could do no
That's what I'm
wrong.
saying. He could grab a handful of quarters and throw them across the street and hit somebody to screw.
I
He ain't
mean,
have to drug nobody.
Bill Cosby was basically like Donald Trump. You could grab her by the pussy and she wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter.
Right,
Okay, y'all.
right.
This what kills me is you voted for a motherfucker. America voted for a motherfucker that said grab her by the pussy, but then you get mad at Bill Cosby for giving her some drugs back in the day when drugs were being given out. The fuck is going on here? Because see, I don't hear anybody in the Me Too movement talking about little boys that are getting raped by their teachers.
Right.
See, I don't hear
Right.
that. But a lot of these ladies that placate to this cause of victimhood, y'all don't give a shit about what happens to the boys because here it is now in 2021, a female teacher can rape a boy. If she gets pregnant by said boy, she can sue him for child support and win. Now, where's the Me Too movement
But you
there?
know the problem with that is they the it's kind of looked at, and that's the bad part is it's kind of looked at like a man can't be raped. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
A
It's kind of
13,
looked at like that.
but this is
But
say
that's
for
exactly what it is.
yeah, he's
And but
if
you
it's a
then you
13-year-old
have those
child.
look, but then you have those fathers who would pat their son on the back for getting laid.
Yeah, but that's still now knowing that we have single mothers, right? What about the single
Right,
mothers who have boys? Here it is.
right.
Men or boys, period, are reading at a fourth grade education level here in America now. We're talking about black girl magic and all this, placating to the girls and all this. But what the fuck are we doing about the boys? Because here's my issue about pedestalizing women.
Nothing.
Here-
We're allowing them to be emasculated.
but I'm gonna tell you what my biggest issue about pedestalizing women
Hmm.
is what happens when we go to war and those same boys that you kicked down and didn't teach or didn't educate to be men end up just laying their fucking weapons down.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then who has to fight? Oh, I'm sorry. You strong women. Bring your strong ass on out
Right,
now.
right.
Remember you strong. You can do anything a man can do. And so I'm telling ladies, this has to change. We have to change this. The men that you are meeting and that you hate, these are the men that you're raising. Men
Hmm.
haven't been in the home in the
Hmm.
past 40 years. We can agree to that, right?
Hmm.
Okay. So if men haven't been in the home, then that means the women are teaching those same boys that became men
Yep.
in the past 40 years. So if they are ain't
Yep.
shit dudes, then the mother wasn't ain't shit mother. Okay.
No, it's not that she was an ancient
No,
mother.
no,
It's
I'm
just
not
the
talking
fact
about
that a
all.
woman.
I'm not talking
No,
about
but I'm
all.
just saying. Right, but it's not that she ain't an ancient mother. It's just the fact that a woman can't raise a man to be a man because she's not a fucking man.
Right, right. And
I
I
can
agree
give
that.
you
But
my
when I
perception
say
of what
that,
I perceive a man to be, but I can't raise you into no man. I'm not a man.
when I say the ain't shit mothers, is the ones who are actually out there saying men ain't shit. And you're one of the same mothers who rose an ain't shit man because
Yeah,
he
yeah,
followed
yeah,
you and your mentality. Because you gotta
yeah.
what we're not talking about, we talk about deadbeat dads all the time, and we
Right.
found out that deadbeat dads are not as prevalent as people like to believe. That is a myth that has not been proven to be 100% right. What we don't talk about is the dysfunctional mothers who actually stop fathers from seeing their children, who actually get mad because the relationship didn't go well. And now I'm going to use a child as a pawn. Hello?
Yeah. But then that also goes, but see, that also goes back to, you know what I'm saying, choosing your mate and choosing them late.
Yeah. And that's what I tell
Because,
ladies. You chose the ain't shit niggas. So who fault that is?
right.
You made a baby with
But
an ain't shit nigga, a
but
bum.
see, that right there goes back to how what I say when I say that People think, men and women,
Mhm.
just because you vibe with somebody, y'all supposed to be together.
Shit.
No. Just because y'all cool, y'all kick it, y'all besties, y'all this and that, just because of that, that does
I don't believe
not
that shit
equal
at
always
all.
a great relationship.
No, not at all. I don't believe that
So
shit at
then
all.
you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people are like that. Oh, well, we so cool and I don't
We
see
just
why we ain't
click
never dated.
together.
Shit, because we wasn't fucking supposed to.
And the only reason we really click is because we're really good at fucking each other's brains out.
Okay. So then what the hell we finna do the other 23 hours of the day?
Right. Uh, I don't like your work
We
ethic.
ain't got shit in common. We
Yeah.
ain't got nothing to talk about.
Because you think,
I mean,
think about it. If you're OCD, right? You like your
mm-hmm,
house clean, you like it, shit a certain way. And you and this
mm-hmm.
guy, y'all get together, y'all can fuck like jackrabbits, and sex is fucking amazing. But when it comes down to your real life on things and the issues that you take accountable for, you like, yo, this motherfucker don't even like to clean his ass, clean his house. Like his shit is fucked up.
Hello.
Or he or she doesn't like to pay their bills on time. These are things you have to consider. Or this motherfucker
Right.
can't cook. You know
Cause
what I'm saying?
damn some cool.
Yeah.
Cause damn some cool.
So you like, I got my ass wet, but that's
But
it. There ain't
that's
nothing
all.
else. There's nothing else to offer. And this is why I tell men and women, yo, just because you got a big ego or big dick, or just because you got some wet pussy or some whap, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
sell a fucking relationship. Okay, there's a
Right.
lot of things that go into building a great relationship. And the first thing that I tell is you need a friend, a genuine friend, somebody that would not turn on you at the drop of a dime over anger. And you don't have that these
You need
days.
somebody that will put your best interest at heart, even if it does not benefit them.
Right. I'm so glad I talked to you tonight, man. Such a great conversation. I'm glad you said that. That's right. You need somebody that says, yo, I see your potential. I see where you're going. I see what you can do. Let me put something
Mm-hmm.
behind you. Let me invest into you. And
Mm-hmm.
I think today in 2021, you got a lot of women saying, hey, investing in me, investing in me. And I'm like, yo, why are y'all not talking about investing into these guys? Because some of these guys have some really good ideas as far as business. And you're like, I'm trying to raise him. I'm trying to get my hair shop on, and this ain't gonna work if I gotta follow him. And I'm like, no, if you get a man that is a man of any kind of value, when he gets on, he gonna put you on. And that's period.
But the thing is, the problem with that, playing devil's advocate is so many women have done that and been burned.
But hold
So
on,
it's
hold on.
kind of
Shayna. How many women
huh?
have actually put a man on? Now, I ain't talking about you just had him in your house drinking up your Capri Suns and shit and eat up your kids' cereal and
No,
shit.
and I'm not saying okay. Now, when we say put a man on,
But I'm talking about how
no,
many careers have been
but
created from
but
women to
we're talking
men.
about the one that was in the trenches with you when you ain't got shit and this, that, and the third. Is that the type of woman we talking about, or we talking about an Oprah type bitch
Now,
that can just
now,
drop you some bread?
now, with now, I'm saying today there's not many women. Let's just be honest. There's not many modern women that are getting in the trenches anymore with men. They like fuck that. It's about me, my independence, what I want to do for my life. A man's cool, but he's an afterthought. What I'm saying is this: is that because that's not the majority of women today, then we have no data that proves that a man benefits more off a woman being in his life. A woman will typically benefit off a man who is focused on his purpose, because when that man's focused on his purpose, he is not worried about other women. He's not worried about what other niggas say. He's worried about building for his self and his family. So what happens is when that man finally builds for himself and his family, he can then put his woman on and say, you know what, babe, you ain't even got to do this. I looked at Tammy what's the chick name? She got the seasoning out. What's the shit name? Chick name that the man face bitch went after. What's the man face bitch that got the show?
The man face. The white woman with the
No,
spiky hair.
black woman, man face bitch. She got the show. She always talking shit about
Oh, Wendy
everybody.
Williams.
There you go, the man face bitch. Okay. Okay. Wendy Williams, bad body ass, was talking about Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown is a vegetarian woman that ended up making a bunch of money off of commercials and everything. And
Okay,
she got
yeah. So you're talking
mad.
about the woman that retired her husband.
Yes. And this man worked for 15 years with the police department. And she was like, yo, I don't want to put my husband back in harm's way. I want him home every night. So I'm going to retire him because he waited on me while I took 15 years of my life off to pursue my future, what I wanted. And he worked with me. And this is what I'm telling ladies is if you have a good man, he doesn't mind you growing. He doesn't mind you being great because he's only greater for that because he was an instrument in that greatness. So I'm looking at Wendy Williams, like, bitch, you don't shut your man face ass up. You just mad your shit didn't work because you paid a nigga to stay with you.
Right.
You know, look at Tabitha. Tabitha is sweet. She's got a nice smile.
Her clapback was really sweet.
That clapback.
Her clapback was really sweet.
That clapback wasn't sweet. That clapback was a fucking nuclear bomb. She blew that bitch whole situation.
Going, yes, auntie. Yes, auntie. Because she got to be some kin to me.
Hey, look, Tabitha did the smoothest shit I've ever seen. Tabitha was like, honey, God bless you. And she said it so smooth. She's like, you obviously don't know what true love is. And I wish love for your life. But what you're not going to do is talk about me and my husband, that he worked with me and stood in the gap for me for 15 years when things weren't going right. And he stayed and he helped me. So yes, you mad because you can't retire your dude, but I can mine. Mind your business. Hey, yo, when she did it, it was the voice for me, yo. It was the voice. The way she delivered that clapback, the voice alone fucked me up because I was like, damn, this is the most calmest clapback I have ever seen in my entire life. And then she was like, and Jesus loves you still. I was like, damn. It's like, did this motherfucker just quietly put this bitch in the coffin and say her eulogy? It was done. And that's the strong Black woman that a lot of men are looking for. That strength. She is strong, but she didn't have to use that vibrato and all that anger and all that rage. She didn't use any of that to clap back at Wendy Williams. She used the coldest shit in the book, like the speakeasy voice. Like she didn't have any worries, and that was stronger than a chick trying to express her strongness through anger and rage and her getting loud. Tabitha's fucking voice was louder than anybody in the world when she clapped at Wendy Williams, and that's what I like to tell sisters. Like, yo, that's strength. That's strength to have a whole conversation like that in the same exact tone and never modulate.
She didn't allow her to pull her out of her character
at all. And this is what real men are looking for in a strong Black woman. Not that you have to be strong in your vocal range or you going up in your volume. No, you can be strong and still be feminine. And that's what I be trying to explain to ladies. Like, when we look for feminine, we look for a woman that's not bothered, that doesn't react to everything. She understands, I got my role to play. He got his role to play. You other scrub bitches ain't got nothing on us. And I don't have to call you a scrub bitch or disrespect you, but I know my place and I know where I'm at with my man. So whatever you got going on, that's your business. And so that's what makes your lady strong. So, when I get back to the whole subject, can you win the race alone? I don't think men or women can win the race alone when it comes down to it. We need each other. This is bullshit. This shit is stupid. Like the fights that men and women have on Facebook, social media, all this shit is bullshit. Look, ladies and gents, y'all need each other, okay? Look, you need to take more time vetting each other. So don't just look at it at a man just because he looks fucking good on the outside. He looks like candy, and his car looks good because his car is a bill. Okay, ladies, you might end up helping pay that fucking stupid ass bill. But at the end of the day, ladies, understand this, that a man is looking for a woman that is strong, not physically strong, but emotionally strong. She understands her role. She understands how to play the game, and she understands how to let you lead in the game. She lets you do all the heavy lifting, and she does the subtle lifting. Okay, the shit that nobody ever sees, but it happens. Okay, she's the neck, you're the head. You have to lead. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in to Black Knights Talk podcast, and we'll see you next Friday at 10 o'clock. Shana, you got any last words? Shana? No? Hold on.
I'm looking.
Where you at?
I'm right here. Can you hear me?
All right, Shana, give us your last words of the day. What do you got out that conversation?
My last words of the day is just thank you for letting me voice my little opinion. This is my opinion and nobody else's opinion. But it is what it is, and we as women got a lot of listening to do. Listening to understand and not listening to reply. So it is what it is. Have a good night.
Shana, thank you so much for coming on to Black Knights Talk podcast. And we'll see you guys again next Friday at 10 o'clock. And we're going to have some fun again. So stay with us. Just stay with us and just have a little listen. And you might learn something. And you might find out you're not as angry as you think you are. Enjoy your weekend, guys. And I'll see you again next Friday at 10 p.m. or 10:15 p.m., whatever time we get started. Thanks so much, guys. Y'all have a great night.
She got style, grace, she got attitude, so much love in her touch, show my gratitude, yeah, do my best to make sure you know it. No need to speak, I let my actions show it. Yeah. All is peace whenever we're together. Sun shines on us, never mind the weather.